This is KGW News at noon.
Now at noon, some really good news for skiers and boarders today. Hello, I'm Christine Pitawanich. Thank you for joining us. The Brunos and Pucci lifts at Timberline are officially up and running. You can see them right now. They are going to be open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is a live look at the mountain. Now, both Timberline and Mount Hood Meadows picked up more than a foot of snow in the last 24 hours or so. Meadows is opening tomorrow with limited runs. We're talking Buttercup, Easy Rider, Daisy chairlifts, as well as the ballroom carpet. Also, a heads up, opening day for Mount Hood, or Mount Bachelor rather, is this Wednesday, and Ski Bowl plans to be open this weekend for tubing. So lots to do. And with the snow hitting the Cascades, we headed up to Government Camp as well to talk to people as they're gearing up for this year's ski season. Some of the locals are super excited.
Just dumping down. Winter's finally here. What do I like about snow out here? I get to surf it on the mountain.
Okay, yeah, so good news for boarders, for skiers, but hey, that doesn't mean you don't be cautious, because you got to be careful when you're out on those slick roads. The Oregon Department of Transportation reminding drivers to know before you go and always check trip check before heading up to the mountain. ODOT officials say it's always best to have a chain-up kit just in case, and also not just have it, but know how to use it in case those conditions get dicey. Meantime, on Snoqualmie Pass in Washington, traction tires are required, and the Washington Department of Transportation says road conditions are really challenging right now, with as much as a foot or more of snow on the ground in some spots.
When you see a storm like this come in, you're not going to have bare and wet roadways. It's just not possible. So we need drivers to make sure that, one, they've got a good set of traction tires, snow tires, or they have chains.
WashDOT says it's working with Washington State troopers to enforce chain and traction tire requirements. Okay, Rod Hill in the Weather Center, you've been tracking all of this snow in the region, and it's been coming down, but you also said, I think, we're expecting some more later this week, right?
Yeah, the next storm is a bigger one than we had yesterday. That bigger one arrives Tuesday night into Wednesday up on the mountain. Again, the live camera from Timberline, judging by the day parking lot, not a lot of people up there today. It's 18 degrees, by the way. Chilly, chilly day up there. Okay, here's a look at, we just talked about this. The mountain pass is very slow going. Look how snow-covered Highway 26 is. That's ice, that's ruts, that's snow. When the temperature holds in the mid-20s, ODOT can't do a whole lot to really, they plow it and they'll put some rock down, but they can't get the ice and snow off. So that's very slow going if you're headed up to the mountains at some point today. Let's talk snow levels, all right? So today, kind of 1,200 to 1,500 feet, that's low, but obviously well above the valley floor. And so far, we haven't seen much moisture today. I thought we'd have more of an active shower day. It's been pretty dry. Tomorrow, the snow level jumps up to 2,000 feet. We have moisture coming in the afternoon hours. That snow level stays at 2,000 or actually goes up overnight into Wednesday. But Wednesday's the next big storm, as I mentioned. I think Mount Hood Resorts could pick up 12 to 24 inches of snow. That's with the next one midweek. That'll put them in great position over this upcoming weekend. Tuesday and into Friday, a possible snow mix of showers in scattered locations at the lowest elevations. Here's a quick look at the radar. Not much going on, really. Some snow showers up high in the Coast Range. A little bit of rain at the coast. We're at 46 degrees, in fact. I don't think we're going to be much warmer today. We'll be totally dry tonight and totally dry tomorrow to start before that next system comes in about noon tomorrow into Portland. Back to you.
Okay, thanks so much, Rod. Okay, we're coming out of a holiday weekend, and a lot of people are still trying to get back home if they haven't already come back. Now, this is impacting a lot of people. FlightAware.com shows more than 2,300 flights have actually been delayed as of noon, flying into or out of U.S. airports. Over 70 flights were canceled altogether. That's a much smaller number than yesterday, with more than 6,900 flights delayed, 179 flights getting canceled. Severe weather, including strong wind, rain, and snow hitting major cities, were to blame for those major delays. Meanwhile, PDX saw 59 delays yesterday and only one cancellation. We checked in with Fly PDX this morning and again at noon. Right now, there are 32 delayed flights, but no cancellations. Of course, that could change at any time, so if you're picking anyone up or if you're leaving to go somewhere, keep tabs on your airline. Now to a quick election update. Republican congressional candidate Joe Kent says he's raising money to pay for a potential recount in his race. Kent ran against Democrat Marie Gluesenkamp Perez for Washington's 3rd congressional seat. While she has declared victory and the Associated Press has called the race, the vote count is close. It's within 3,000 votes, which is less than 1%. The state of Washington automatically issues a recount within 0.5%. But Kent says his team is preparing to pay for an optional recount. Kent promises to accept the results of the election, but he says he wants to make sure the final count is as accurate as possible. And Congress is returning to a lame duck session after the Thanksgiving holiday. In January, Republicans will take over the House. NBC's Bree Jackson brings us more from Washington, D.C., where top Democrats say they have unfinished business to address before control of the House shifts next month.
With a new era of divided government coming in January, there's an aggressive push for President Biden and Democrats to get through their lame duck session legislative to-do list.
I'm going to try to get rid of assault weapons.
After recent mass shootings at a Virginia Walmart and a Colorado gay nightclub, there are renewed calls for Congress to pass tighter gun laws.
This is a choice to allow this to continue to happen. The laws that we're talking about passing, red flag laws, assault weapons bans, they're wildly popular.
Republicans again argue that mental health, not weapons, is the problem.
I think there's overwhelming bipartisan support to fund better mental health programs and try to increase communication between law enforcement agencies and social services groups to try to better identify these troubled people before they commit crimes.
As the clock winds down on Democrats' control of Congress, the party is also looking to take action on election laws and protecting voting rights.
We need to look at the John R. Lewis Voting Rights Act. I'm not going to get off of that.
Lawmakers are on track to codify federal protections for same-sex marriage.
Marriage equality is now on the march towards final passage. Thank goodness.
Also on the list of unfinished business, keeping the government funded past December 16th and preventing a government shutdown. Also on the to-do list for Senate Democrats this lame duck session, confirming more of President Biden's judicial nominees. In Washington, I'm Bree Jackson for NBC News.